It's the one where you have like boxes and you have like an outside area. I saw it in an edit once, and that's my favorite. I keep forgetting. Wait, hold on. I need to look up on Google.
What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
Favorite PvP map?
Oh man.
I'm sorry, that's a hard question. That's one you don't think about a lot.
That is a tough one.
I'm bad with map names, like really bad.
Probably Endless Veil.
My favorite PvP map is Endless Veil.
Probably Endless Veil.
Ooh, Endless Veil.
Probably Endless Veil in Destiny 2.
Endless Veil.
What specific piece of Endless Veil like is the coolest?
I always call it the Nuketown of Destiny. It just feels very compact. I like the design of it. Like it for trials. Don't like it as much for 6v6, but I like the way it looks, the way it flows, so probably Endless Veil.
There's like good lanes to it, and there's no like bad side on Endless Veil. Like, you know, it's kind of symmetrical. That's what I like about maps, you know? Like, I don't like maps where there's a bad spawn and, you know, a good spawn. I like symmetrical maps where it's fair for both sides.
If you're loading into a quick play match or a control match and you spawn in on Endless Veil, where are you going?
Oh, B, every time. People like to jump up on that platform, like, don't do that at the start of a game. People do. It's really easy to get a nice feed right off the bat there.
I'm going straight to the left. I'm probably jumping up in that really annoying spot on the left, and I'm trying to pick someone.
What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
Easy, Jav. I like Jav.
Probably Javelin. Javelin 4.
Jav 4, I think. I always get excited when I see Jav 4.
Jav 4 for sure.
My immediate answer is gonna be Javelin 4 because I'm a PvP player and we all have no imagination.
I'd say potentially actually Javelin.
Probably Javelin.
Javelin 4.
Favorite PvP map would have to be Javelin 4.
Jav 4 by far.
I know.
Ah.
Jav 4.
Jav. There we go.
It's always Jav.
It's always Jav.
Why does everyone say Javelin?
To me, Javelin 4 is really good because of all the different types of ranges on the map and all the different weapons that you can use. Almost every weapon is viable there, but I think it's good that it's not just a hand cannon map. You can use pulse rifles, you can use auto rifles if you know how to use your distances and close your ranges to engagements. I think it's the best map specifically because of that. Almost every weapon is viable.
The ability spam I don't feel like is as bad on that map unless you're like on B and you just get GL'd or something because it's super close. But I don't know, I feel like it has that safe balance between range, enough range, but then also you can have your close distance encounters also.
I just think it's the best map they've ever made. It has such good flow done on the lanes. There's no areas where you feel like you get stuck. Like the complete opposite was, is it called the Citadel? What was the Dreaming City map?
It was
like
the Citadel.
Citadel, yeah. So it was like two parts of a battle just would collide at the middle of the map, and just you'd have these like stalemates where you couldn't like, it didn't have a flow or rotation around it, and I don't like that. I don't like when you just kind of get stuck in a part of the map. I like when you can kind of, there's like a constant rotation around it where you can be kind of moving, and there's always like an area to go.
What is that map called? The one with like the middle part.
It's a map with a giant rocket in the center.
I don't know what it's called. Fuck. It's really popular. It's the one where they all like do the scrims on.
There's a glass room on the left side, I think. Some diamond doors, some other PvP callouts.
Oh, so you're prepping me for a sweat match?
No. Me? Sweat? No, please. I'm just a designer.
Not a very relevant one. What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
Probably Asylum.
Asylum slaps.
Asylum.
Asylum.
I was a big fan of Asylum.
I think nostalgia always hits me with Asylum.
How would Asylum play in D2?
It would play absolutely horribly.
Terribly.
Be terrified to speculate because I feel like the majority of our maps don't play well in D2 that have pulled over.
It's pretty close range, so maybe not as well in Destiny 1.
I don't think people realize how fast we are compared to Destiny 1 now, in Destiny 2.
Characters are faster, shotguns are super relevant, but it should play pretty well.
Asylum would certainly be interesting. It'd be a nice welcome change. I think it'd be a fantastic threes map. But for 6v6, it played like Cauldron.
What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
It has a very, very love-hate relationship with PvP, but I'm going to go with Burning Shrine.
Burnout?
I'm going to go ahead and say Burnout.
I would have to say Burnout.
Burnout's probably my favorite. That's the one I always choose if we ever go into like private, so that's probably my favorite.
I just like the whole aspect of the sun outside, and really, because there's some advantage to playing on the outside back when Burning Shrine was a thing, because that Burning Sun really was annoying to fight against, and it was a very good counter to the inside teams that just like to sit inside.
Just something about the original D1 Burning Shrine map. It was the first map I went flawless on. You know, people would always hide outside in the sun, but, you know, point was on the inside, so let them sit outside all you want, but it was just a very haste-controlled map. Bannerfall was dope too, but I'm gonna go with Burning Shrine.
Burnout, Burning Shrine is one of my favorites. I'm sure it's some kind of bias to do with, you know, it was the Trials map, so it was like the thing that you played for Trials. But I just kind of like that it's kind of small, but there's outside areas, there's inside areas, there's close quarters. You can kind of do long distance stuff. So I really like that. Whenever it comes up, I get very excited.
What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
Oh man, I'm not a super huge PvP guy, so I feel like I'm probably gonna get a little bit of hate here. I like the Anomaly a lot.
Favorite PvP map? Anomaly.
And I know that's probably not going to be a super popular answer, but I do like that it is kind of a close range and a long range map at the same time. And I just like that big, whatever it is, dodecahedron or whatever that's in the middle of the map. I just think that's a cool looking thing. Like, it's a neat thing.
I like how it's like more compact and small, so there's a lot of quicker engagement. It's not as much sitting back. I kind of like the, you know, spur of the moment, everyone's just rushing in, not hiding in the back of the map.
PvP map, probably Distant Shore.
What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
Oh, you're asking good questions.
Many hours later.
Go with Last Exit.
And talk to me a little bit about Last Exit. Give me like 2 sentences about that to someone who has no idea what Last Exit is.
It just had a lot of different aspects to it, in the sense of kind of some of the maps in these kind of the newer maps, you get what you see. But I mean, there was you could have a totally different experience downstairs below that escalator. Remember, you go down the escalator, there's the train tracks, there's all these different lanes downstairs, then upstairs you have a whole outside area, then you have a whole upstairs inside area. It was like you could have 3 different experiences depending on just where you were. It wasn't really a map where you kind of get what's there.
Well, back in D1, I really liked Twilight Gap, but not so much now. So I'm gonna go with another D1 map and say Rusted Lands. I love sniping on Rusted Lands. I love going to that Eagle challenge point where the guy's on the water tower and you're way on the back and you can see who can get that first snipe shot off. And then there's a lot of kind of cheeky sniper lanes that you can get on that map as well. So I dig it as a sniping map.
There was this one map in Destiny 1 that I completely forgot the name of, but it had the little tunnels, and then the outside you can float away. That wasn't like my favorite map, but that was a fun map. Whenever Bungie brought out the game mode where you had no radar and everyone just went in there with Titans and MK44s, and like you just see people just dying in those little tunnels. That was a pretty neat map.
It's the one that's in a town that has a big street.
Midtown?
Midtown, yes.
You had half of the name.
Yeah, we were close.
Right.
Man, I'm gonna be controversial as hell here. Equinox.
And remind us which one that is.
So Equinox didn't last long because people hated it, because it's essentially this triangle. There's there's 2 spawn points and then a place where people meet in the middle. Up on those spawn points, you can go shoot at the people in that middle corner right there because it's more open. And like snipers and bows and stuff had a field day there. And then there's also a way you can kind of cut between them in this little enclosed room where that usually like was one of the heavy spawn areas, I think, for more close encounters. I think it was a perfect map. So it's like this little rat's maze that the brave go in to fight amongst themselves while trying to avoid being shot by people in the corners. I don't know, I like it.
What's your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
For Vaulted, I would say Eternity.
What was it that you enjoyed about Eternity that like a lot of other maps just like don't really bring to the table?
There was a lot more ways to rotate if you wanted to go to point A to point B, whereas maps now are more just like hallways and lanes and stuff like that.
What is your favorite PvP map?
I think Dead Cliffs definitely. It fits my playstyle like perfectly. There's like a bunch of lanes you can take. It forces people into very predictable locations, which makes them very easy to snipe. And as a sniper main, that's kind of my thing. And then also there's of course the spawn trap, and I like going on lots of killing sprees in 6v6. It's kind of my thing as well. So just being able to just manipulate the spawns in such a way that I can go on these random rampages with whatever weapon I'm using is just really fun.
What's a memorable play that you've made on Dead Cliffs?
When I was playing with Walla and Zorbik, it was a 1v3 and I had like no shotgun ammo, so I had to reload, but I would just 3-tap someone and then I jumped forward, and it was like very clear that the other guy was gonna kill me, but he whiffed and then he meleeed me, and then I just shotgunned him, like just panicking, and we won, and it was very exciting.
I know everybody doesn't like Vostok, but I love Vostok for some reason. I know it's not a lot of people's favorites, but I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see. You get to see where Iron Temple and Lord Saladin's at, and you know, get to see that stuff in the background. And I just really like a lot of the snow environments that Destiny offers usually.
In my opinion, and this is the hot takes that you were pressing me on before, in my opinion, I think Destiny PvP maps to me are a little lackluster because there's too much geometry on the map at all times, so you're constantly bumping into things, and the game is very ability based. So if I had to pick a map, it would be the most simplistic type of maps out there. So usually maps that have to do with the 9 are my favorite, because there's just nothing in the way. There's just a simple box. There's just a simple cube. And that also goes for Jav 4, which is probably I think it's everybody's favorite map in Destiny 2. But Jav 4 also feels weird on 3v3 for me. Like, I don't like it for trials, but I love it for 6v6. So it's weird. Like, maps kind of change based on what you're doing. But if I had to choose one overall, just like not simplistic, not what, like kind of a mix of both, it'd probably be Endless Vale.
It's either got to be Firebase Delphi or Frontier or Asylum. If I had to pick one of them, I would probably say Frontier, just because of how well it played for 6s and Trials as a map, which was the Earth map with the big bridge in the middle with the rocks on either side that you could fight across. There were so many different angles and so many different areas in the map where team fights would happen because of how spacious the map was, but it wasn't too big to a point where you have maps like Convergence in the game, which feel like they're kind of too big. It was a nice kind of mix of both for 6s and 3s.
You know, it used to be back in Destiny 1, it used to be called Pantheon. But I would say for Destiny 2, it'd be Meltdown, which is sunsetted map and no longer with us. So very sad.
Favorite PvP map? It's really close. It's between Radiant Cliffs for how really unique and beautiful it is. It's got amazing lighting. It has a whole bunch of different ways to play it, as well as Javelin. Javelin's just really classic, like easy map to get into. It's really great for a whole bunch of different game modes. Not Trials, surprisingly, but everything else is very fun.
What is your favorite PvP map in Destiny?
That's really tough. What is my favorite map? Oh, I kind of hate them all right now. I want a new map.
That's okay. That's an answer. That's an answer. They all suck. And what is your favorite PvP map and why? Please be sure to let us know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode of 50 Guardians. Thanks to all of the individuals to the left of me that made this video possible as well. Please be sure to check out their content platforms linked in the description below. This video series is a collaborative community effort to showcase a myriad of opinions and takes on hot Destiny topics. Destiny is a game all about community, and our goal was to showcase a significant portion of that community in a fun and creative way. This is not a one-off thing either. We have a total of 12 episodes planned already, but would love to do more. So please let us know what question or questions you would love to see us ask the Destiny community down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.